The trading session on Tuesday kicked off with a correction of the US dollar. However, the US currency is likely to resume its upward movement quite soon. Investors are waiting for the final approval of Joe Biden's relief bill. After reaching a 14-week high, the US dollar index, which measures the strength of the greenback against a basket of 6 major currencies, rolled back. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury note yield is holding near 13-month high, amid concerns that new stimulus measures could cause a dramatic rise in inflation. However, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen once again downplayed inflation fears. She said that policymakers would be monitoring the situation closely and would be prepared to act if inflation really becomes a problem. Last week, the US jobs report for February showed an increase in wages. It confirms the likelihood of an acceleration in inflation amid renewed consumer activity. At the same time, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell finally agreed that economic reopening could temporarily boost inflation. The dollar-yen pair has also entered the correctional phase. The quote reached the 109.10 level that we indicated yesterday and then pulled back. So its movement was in line with our forecast. Now the pair is expected to resume its upward movement to 110.33. Judging by the fundamental factors, the yen is weak. Japan's economy was not as resilient as previously estimated. The final GDP data for the fourth quarter showed an increase of 2.8%. The figure turned out to be worse than the preliminary estimate of 3% per annum. In early January, a state of emergency was imposed. It still stays in effect in some prefectures, which means that the growth of the Japanese economy will only slow down. The Australian dollar is also trying to rebound from a 4-week lows. Bears failed to push the Aussie below the support level of 0.7615. In case of consolidation below this level, it could further decline to the 0.7565 and 0.7500 levels. Yet it did not happen. So the quote is correcting upwards to the resistance level of 0.7725. It breaks above this level, it may rise to the level of 0.7815. Apart from the correction of the US dollar, the Australian currency was in the spotlight after the publication of the NAB Business Confidence Index. The indicator shot to the highest value since 2010, surpassing the long-term average level. Business morale improved amid an increase almost in all sectors except retail one. Besides, the Business Confidence Index advanced to the December levels, which were the highest since August 2018. And that's all for now. We wish you profitable deals. See you on our channel with a new video in a couple of hours.